scene?
Like when it's on, we got one of our guys in my frat does Muay Thai.
Yeah.
So like we'll come to his show, like come to his events, and then one of our other guys he does like MMA.
Nice.
So he just had some like big fight in Columbus. Again, I didn't go to that, but like it was cool. It was like tournament style. He got to like third and then lost.
Nice. What made you join frat?
It was like I just kind of decided like because I was very anti-frat. I'm like I'm not gonna pay to have friends. The fuck.
Yeah.
But like as you continue to like be in this industry, most people around you just kind of get fake. Like you get fake vibes from them. But then like I DJ'd this one party on opening weekend, and it was like I already had notoriety coming down there.
Mm-hmm.
But when like I supplied all the stuff for it and like had like I DJ'd the whole thing, like it went nuts and people were like talked about it for like weeks afterwards, and then like after that I had no clue who anybody was there to begin with. But the president reached out to me like the day after the party and said, "Dude, this was probably the best party we've had in like the past 3-4 years. I can't thank you enough. If you need anything, let me know." And then as I got to like hang out with those guys more and more, just kind of got drawn into it. And like me and my boy were like, "These guys are pretty cool, so let's do it." And now I'm an initiated member of Theta Chi.
Nice.
So that's that.
What's like the best like thing so far?
Just like the group of guys that I'm with. Like it's Theta Chi is a very large fraternity across the nation. Our chapter in Athens is relatively small. However, most frats in Athens, Ohio University, is like there's like 90 to 130 members. But like us, we have like 50 actives. So the problem with the large fraternities is that everybody clicks up, and like there are like pledges or like newer members who don't know anybody else, and there are like older members in that fraternity who don't know other people either. So like that kind of like turned me off a little. I wasn't really fucking with like the like I don't want to be pay to be in a fraternity and not know anybody, you know what I mean? So like with all of us, like our house is a nice house, but like only 15-20 people live in it. So like everybody knows everybody, and we all go out together. We all have fun together. So it's a nice like brotherhood feeling, because I come from a football high school, and like having that football team is nice because you know you're brothers with everybody, and it's like that same similar feeling.
Going to war with people.
This fraternity, yeah, exactly. So it's fun as hell. I love it.
Wow. So you guys all like live in one house, right? Now how does the bedrooms and shit all work?
So our house has like I think 5 to 6 bedrooms. President obviously gets his own, and then there's 1 or 2 other single bedrooms, and then the rest are doubles. Yeah. So, but like they're all like, because our house was built as a normal house. Our house used to be the old Mayor of Athens house, right?
Oh.
So, our house used to be the old Mayor of Athens house, and we renovated it, and we've been living at that property for the past 50 to 60 years now. And it's like normal bedrooms. Most like other fraternities, like bedrooms are like dorm style, so they look and feel like dorm rooms,
just really tiny.
Which are horrible.
I could never. I don't know how people live like the prison style.
Like there's dressers, and there's like like actual like home amenities in like the bedrooms, which is nice. It's like you're walking into a home, like instead of a dorm.
Right.
Which is
I could never live in that shit.
We all come together in like somebody's room, and like we all watch a movie. Yeah. Like they just had like a Star Wars marathon like last week, and like for like the whole joke of the week was like, did you hear they blew up the Death Star? Mm-hmm. And like we're all freaking out about it, because like holy shit, no way they blew up the Death Star. It's like just running gags week after week. They just did like today was like Marvel movie marathon, so they just like watched all like Iron Man movies, which is hilarious. But that's what we do. We all just hang out and have a good time together.
Any reason you picked like OU to go to over other places?
My big 3 were Kent, Miami, and OU.
Miami of Ohio.
Miami of Ohio, yeah.
It's a good school.
So like Kent and Miami, they both have like my major is music production. Mm-hmm. And because I'm a DJ, obviously, so like that's something I want to pursue. Kent and Miami both offer like multimedia programs, but none of them have like a focused direct like music or production approach. So with like Kent and Miami, you would get like hints of journalism, hints of film, hints of photography, and like hints of like music and stuff like that. But OU, there is a designated music production and recording industry program. Right. Which is why I decided to go there, because once you get into that program, you can choose your route. You can either go the live production, like you engineer, recording artists in the studio, hands-on type path, or you can take the industry path, which is like managing artists and advertising and marketing and music and like all the like record label stuff.
Right.
I'm still at the point where like I don't want, like I would like to do both, but I have to choose one. So that's to me, like in a little bit I'm gonna have to figure out which one I'm gonna have to do.
Which one are you leaning towards right now?
Right now I'm kind of leaning towards the industry side, because like I feel like I already have enough experience in like the production and like sound area of it. I would like to enhance my like business side to do like maybe manage an artist or like work at a record label or something like that. I just want to get more into the business side of it. I don't want to be a business major, but if I can do something like a music and business type deal, that's something I'm probably gonna go for.
Is it easy to like obviously network, like going to school as big as you go to? It's kind of like the whole point, right?
Yeah,
So you're like at one of the biggest party schools, so you're in a good spot for it.
Yeah.
Always.
We just had our yearly music industry summit. So we had like a whole bunch of guest speakers come and like a bunch of industry professionals, and they host like keynotes and like get-togethers and mentorship roundtables. And as you sign up for it if you're in the music program, and it's free for you. So you get a little wristband and you walk into our convention center, and you get to meet and network with a whole bunch of different people.
That's
and
awesome.
There's like a dedicated app you download on your phone, and you shake your phone, and then it'll like within like a mile radius, it'll tell you like everybody who's around you, and you can like add them to your connections and stuff like that. So like I met like a whole bunch of people through that app, got to talking with them, like messaging them through this app. It's crazy how how advanced our school is with stuff like that.
That's awesome.
But like I ran into Bobby Boucher.
I was just about to bring him up. I was gonna ask if you knew.
So Bobby
boy.
graduated from my high school a while back, and he's big here in Cleveland now. He was at that summit. So like we know each other, and we were talking there just about our mutual hatred towards some of the production companies here in Cleveland. But yeah, so it's cool catching up with him and seeing what he's doing.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Always did great work. You know Bobby at all?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby's a cool guy.
I know of him. I don't really know him personally.
He's done it. He's done a great job. That was
They
actually
went
my
to-
first DJ.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they like back in Kirtland, they're like it's the next Kirtland DJ.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. Like now they have me back doing like their proms and stuff
Right,
and all
right.
their
I was looking at your
homecomings.
profiles and that's sweet.
And like I was talking to Bobby, like you should come and crash our prom.
Yeah.
Cause like I'm DJing Kirtland's prom, and like you know he graduated obviously, so I think it'd be funny if I got to do like a quick little like back-to-back set with him at our prom. He's probably busy, but like you know I think it'd be cool for it
I
to
think
happen.
he'd do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Praying.
They'd be hyped too. The kids would probably flip out.
Oh my god.
What year did he graduate?
He's at mine.
Oh, really?
2014 or 13. One of them.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, he's a little
I think he graduated OU in 2019.
Yeah.
So he's one of the starters of the entertainment company that I'm with down there, Break Life Entertainment.
Right. Yeah.
So he's one of the founders of that, and like we're the ones who like promote all the parties. We're a big big promoter of anything social that happens down there.
You guys kind of have like a monopoly down there on that. Like you guys like the biggest one that's kind of doing.
Yeah. It's us. We have like I think we have 8 or 9K on our Instagram account right now. And it's nice because like with the help of that, and then with like my name plastered on anything, then people come. You know, like we just said, like our fraternity, my fraternity is very lucky to have me in regards to a social and party event.
You bring in the girls and the crowds and whatnot.
So like we have like family weekends at OU. Our most recent one was Mom's Weekend, but before that we had Siblings Weekend. And for Siblings Weekend, our fraternity threw a party, and we made a poster for everything. Like we have our own graphic designer, so they made a poster for that, slapped my name on it, and posted it on the Brick Life thing. And then everybody in my fraternity shared that on their stories. And next thing you know, there's more people in the door than we can handle, and we're like turning people away. So that's the effect that we have on the Athens population.
Right, real organic.
Yeah, it's so much fun, and when you have that many people like in one room and you're staring at everything, it's a great feeling because it's almost like mind control. It's almost like a feeling of power, because like I can play this song and I know damn well you're gonna go fucking crazy, which is awesome. So you just it's just a matter of like reading the crowd and picking the right track.
What do you think makes people like come out so heavy in support of you? Like, do you think it's just like you're that talented as a DJ? You think you're just really good with people, or is it like a mixture of things?
I think it's a mix of talent and the like people and like word of mouth and like people I know.
Yeah.
I have people come up to me constantly and say like, you're the only real DJ in Athens. You are absolutely crazy. You're absolutely killer. Like it's Easter weekend, right? And last night I just did a show at Pauper's Bar.
Nice.
Night before that, nobody came out. I was talking to the bar owner after the show. Nobody came out to this. Nobody came out to their bar. Nobody was in Athens. Nobody was in town. It was like a ghost town on Thursday night.
Right.
Friday night, post on my story, post everywhere, like, hey, DJing at Popper's Bar tonight, pull up. I start at 9, 10:30 that place is packed. Where did these people come from?
Right.
Which is absolutely crazy. And it's the same way with any other party that I do. Which is it's like a little ego boost, but like it's nice to know that I have that like control, like not control, but like effect on people.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
work hard, so it's obviously paying off that way.
Yeah.
People are coming out.
Mm-hmm. What's the biggest part that you've done?
Biggest, I'm gonna have to say either Halloween or our Millfest.
I'd say probably Halloween.
Yeah,
down there.
Halloween or Millfest was my biggest one that I've done, and the biggest one I will do down there is going to be our Palmer Place Festival.
Yeah.
But for Mill, we just had that recently. We had YSN Flow and a couple other rappers come down. We had YSN Flow, Masai, and and 36J, which is like they're all incredibly talented, and it's an honor to work with all of them. But like that was for a different fraternity. Their fraternity is Phi Kappa Tau. Love those boys as well. They threw me on the roof of their frat house,
Really?
which is awesome. So I'm on the roof of their house and I'm staring into this backyard, which is packed with like at least 500 or 600.
Was it like flat or what? Like how was the roof? Like how were you able to be
The roof is almost like a stage.
Oh, okay.
Like there's a whole flat area on that
Oh,
roof,
okay.
which is awesome.
I'm thinking about like
I know,
roof, like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sweet. Like you walk. It's such a weird way to get through it because you have to.
So how high is it, like from the ground?
I'm at least 50 to 60 feet in the air.
Holy shit! Okay.
Which is super cool, but like they have a whole they're a big like music frat too. They
Right.
have they're known for like doing like hosting artists like and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I did their Halloween as well, same thing. I'm on their
super.
roof. So they have like a whole like in-house like concert sound system. There's a whole like rack of compressors and amplifiers in
Nice.
their basement, which is all linked. They have their own sound guys, so they link it all to these to their own speakers and subs that they have, which is absolutely well. So like I don't have to provide any of my own equipment.
That's nice.
So I show up with my laptop and my board, and that's it. So it's just plug and play, and the next thing I know, I'm screaming on the mic, telling people to jump, and I see this wave of people just crash like an ocean with their hands up and down.
You ever get nervous like with all your equipment and how much like you spend on it, like people like spilling stuff on it or even trying to like steal it or anything like that?
All the time.
That would probably freak me out.
I'd be
like,
thinking about it nonstop.
yeah,
Like-
nonstop. Especially if someone wasn't within like if I can't see it or like an arm's distance, I'm like, oh shit.
That's the scariest part about being in bars is like people get rowdy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So like some people will spill drinks or something like that, and I've had things like come so close to like spilling right on my stuff. My laptop and my my DJ controller,
Yeah.
there's alcohol like splashes and stains all over it.
Jeez.
And like the back of my laptop looks like a waterfall just like happened
Yeah.
on it. There's like drip marks and stuff.
Mhm.
But like luckily like most of my stuff is insured. So if anything,
that's good.
if anything breaks, like it has to be insured. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like if anything breaks, then I can just like replace it in an instant.
Yeah. Don't have to think too into it.
Yeah, which is nice. I don't have to worry about risk factor too much.
Yeah.
But like it is a hassle.
Yeah.
So if things go wrong for me, I book up fast. So if things go wrong, then I'm out of like equipment for a couple weeks, you know, until I get a replacement.
Yeah.
So
Is it mostly Apple?
no,
For your like your laptop?
no, I work off Windows.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got a really beefy gaming computer
Nice.
that I use to run everything. But like I'm personally I'm team Windows over Mac.
Yeah.
So the program I use is Serato, and I've been using that for years now, and I've only had experience on it on Windows. I've used it on Mac a couple of times, and I just like the way Windows feels in all honesty.
Yeah.
And it's just like so much ease of use. It's familiar, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? We all grow up on Windows. But definitely team Windows.
Yeah.
When did you start DJing?
8th grade.
How old are you now?
I am 19
Really?
at the moment. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So it
So
all.
like 4 or 5 years in.
Yeah, I'm deep into this. My company has been around for at least 3 at this point. We'll turn 4 in July 27th.
What made you start? Like, did you have like a musical background or anything? Like played instruments or like your family?
I was an alto saxophonist in my middle school band.
Wow.
And then like my very first video game ever I played was at the age of like 4 or 5, and it was Guitar Hero 2. So
That's great.
I was a very musical child growing
I
up.
fucking suck at that game. I could never just, I don't know.
Dude, I'm a god of Guitar Hero stuff to this
Yeah.
day, man. Like,
I
it's
just can't fucking
Still
do
got
it.
it.
I fucking
Proof
suck.
in
I
the
got
pudding.
that game, man. It's just
Yeah.
wild. But yeah, like my first video game ever was Guitar Hero, Guitar Hero 2, and then like I like 6 years old, I think my mom did like a Rockstar themed birthday party for me. Like my cake was in the shape of a guitar, which was like it was fun.
Yeah.
And then like I had a whole Michael Jackson phase later. And I like there was when Michael Jackson got inducted into the Rock Hall, they held like a tribute a little bit later, and like my mom took me to that, and I was dressed up in like I got like this replica jacket from eBay of from the Bad Music video with all the buckles and stuff.
Yeah.
So they threw me on stage as a little kid, handed me a microphone, and played Smooth Criminal, and like that video's on YouTube somewhere.
Really?
But like you can see me as a kid get on stage with a microphone and sing Smooth Criminal, which is hilarious. But the whole DJ thing started. It kicked off in like at a middle school dance, believe it or not. We had a DJ at one of our school dances, and they were playing a song, and like when the drop hit, the DJ swapped it with a different song, and I had no clue what happened. I was caught off guard. I was shocked. I'm like, whoa. Yeah. So for the next like week or two, I was scavenging the internet for whatever remix that he played, because I was like, I need to hear this. I need to listen to it. It's a sick remix, and it didn't occur to me that he like did that live, you know. And I'm like, this is what DJs do. No way.
And from there, you're hooked.
And from there, it was a mix of like I downloaded an app on my phone and like downloaded a bunch of music and I'm just like mixing on like a digital DJ thing on my phone, just posting mixes on like YouTube and SoundCloud. I did something like. Whenever you try anything, it doesn't get popular. But the second you like do something stupid, it does. I don't know if you like understand that, but like I took the instrumental of September by Earth, Wind and Fire and took the vocals from Kanye and Lil Pump's I Love It, and just threw the vocals over the beat, and just like this is hilarious. And I posted it on SoundCloud and it got like 18,000 listens. And I'm like, okay. So interesting, and then things come, and then eventually my parents buy me like my first board. If you're familiar with anything, how a DJ works, you usually have a board and a laptop. This is not how I started. I had a board where you slide like an iPad in the middle of it, which is like a very ratchet and unprofessional way to do it. But like I'm a beginner, you know.
Yeah.
I mean? Like this is just how you.
You only need the basics.
Exactly.
Right.
So I playing around with that. This was, God, forever ago. And then once I felt like good enough to like do things, then like I do like some friends' birthday parties, like family parties, stuff like that.
Start getting out there a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to like scratch like the old school style? Like
yeah, I've worked on vinyl like once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
It's such an amazing feeling.
It's different. Huh?
Yeah, because you know you're so used to like just pushing like a virtual disc. With vinyl, you get that more like resistant feel, which is super cool and like super classic. And like there's ways you can, they have vinyl like coded in like computer language, which you can just like put onto a record player and that sends signal to your computer.
Wow.
And you can control your computer program,
Like
Serato for me. You can control that using a control vinyl disc, which is like crazy. It's almost like
this
it's like
technology is crazy,
right?
It's
nuts.
Just home recording. It's crazy what you can do on like even just a low budget. Like imagine if you have some money, you know.
Oh yeah.
And like it's cool because like most DJ equipment is like the same, just there's a couple more knobs and sliders. So once you know how to do something, you can kind of work on any equipment, which is super cool. But yeah, so after the iPad thing, I was scrolling through Instagram, and Rock the House Entertainment, like there was an ad. Rock the House is one of our like biggest like production entertainment companies in Cleveland. They've done like the NBA draft. They're the ones who did the stage and all the sound and lighting for the NFL draft that was in Cleveland a while ago. They do a whole bunch of shows. But I saw an ad on Instagram that they were looking for entertainers, and me as a 16-year-old, I'm like,
Fucking
Why
let me
not
try
me?
my hand.
Let's
Why
do
not
it.
me?
Let's do it. So I show up to the Embassy Suites right across from like Topgolf and Independence.
Yeah.
They have a convention room that they're doing like stuff. They had a whole setup with speakers and lights and everything. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And I'm registered, go to the lady, get my name down, get my little number tag. And then one of the judges come out and they're like, all right, gonna go through your names and like what board you're using today. and everyone's like, he's going down the line. He's like, yeah, my name's Michael, and I'm using like a DDJ 1000. And going down the line, he's like, yeah, my name's Lewis, and I'm using like a DDJ SX3. all big professional boards, you know, like, right? And he comes to me, and I'm like, who are you, and what are you using? I'm like, I'm Vince, and I'm using an IDJ Pro. It was like, stops on his notepad and looks at me. He's like, interesting. So that's that, and I'm here with my iPad and my little thing, and eventually it's my turn to go up, and I just absolutely kill it. Like, straight up, judges like got out of their seats, started dancing with the music I was playing, and I'm mixing stuff, and he's like, and then like one of the parts of the audition process was like a spontaneous freestyle, so he just like shouted like, give me some 80s, and I'm like, thumbs up. So I mix in a couple 80s songs, like, just flawlessly, and they're shocked and appalled, which is awesome. Like, I'm the youngest person there. I'm here with my parents in the back. You know what I mean? Like, they're here. Who else is gonna, like,
right?
You know,
someone's got to drive you down.
Right. So yeah, that happened, and as soon as my time was over, I like walked out of the room, and then judges came out and they're like, all right, you guys are good to go. Thank you for coming out. You guys will get an email when if notifying you if you've been selected to.
Were they only picking one, or were they?
They were picking like 2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
And how many of there were you?
There were at least 19 of us.
Okay.
So it's a decent.
Yeah, you got pretty good odds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the thing was like right after everybody left, they're like, Vince, can you stay for a second? I'm like, okay, yeah. So the entertainment director and like the CFO pulled me aside. And they're like, Vince, what you did today was absolutely incredible, and for your age, you are way more advanced than anybody I've ever met. I'd like to offer you a job right now on the spot. And then they took me into like a different room, and I signed a bunch of paperwork, and they're like, if I had like a show tonight, I would put you on it right now. And I'm here, and I'm just like, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
The thing about that though, it was March like 20th of 2020. So if we are familiar with anything that happened that year.
How many people I know got wrapped?
Yeah.
Yeah. About 5 days later, COVID hit, and just like that, I am completely like showless.
And what were you, like 16, like 15?
Yeah, I was 16, and so I was a little heartbroken. I was a little upset, and like I didn't have my first show with them that year until October. So like I got into it expecting to like go through like the training and all this stuff, how like these shows work, how setup is, how we roll, and like I'm doing nothing, and they're laying off everybody, and like later I found out that like I'm the only one out of that group of people that stayed hired.
Wow.
They let everybody go. They just told everybody like, sorry, we can't offer you a job because COVID hit. We're laying off everybody, so we can't.
We gotta keep this kitty special.
Exactly. So that's what happened. They held me in their little books. I signed all their paperwork. I got my first contract. They sent me with my show pay. They're like, you're getting paid this much for all the shows that you do. I'm like, okay, this is awesome. And
But you didn't know when you were gonna have a show when it hit.
Exactly. Yeah. I had no clue like if it was still a thing. So like I'm still sending emails in like July like, hey, are we still like doing this thing? Am I still cool? Am I still a part of you guys? And they're like, yeah, we're just going through different things that we gotta try and figure out while we do COVID shows. You know, like how we're gonna work off regulations and how we're gonna supply entertainment through this crazy world that we live in. When October comes around and I get my first wedding, which is cool, but I'm standing here with a mask on. And it's not like I'm not even performing. I'm shadowing. I'm shadowing a DJ to learn like how we as a company do a show. So it's like I didn't really have any like hands-on experience. I was more like an intern at that point. They're like, okay, we're gonna show you how to tape these cables down to the floor. Here's this. You go do it now. I'm like, yeah. You know, it's like I'm bringing coffee for these guys.
Right.
But that was my first show. That was at like the Marriott at Key Center in downtown Cleveland.
What a crazy thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's such fucking shitty time.
Yeah.
COVID and then bang.
I was right I went from like being ecstatic to just
That's so far.
At this point, my company's still going strong.
Right.
Yeah.
And I had to cancel all my shows for that too. And like my shows I did for that, like I had a mask on, I had like glass barriers and stuff like that. Like all like at this point in time, it's still early, so I'm still doing like kids like 6th, 7th birthday parties at this point.
That starts somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. But like COVID was such an entertainment killer. one of like if it hit anybody hard, it was us. You know,
Definitely.
like we suffered significantly from it, from loss of clients to shows rescheduling to like lost deposits and
Mm-hmm.
Man,
everything. It was
big money.
yeah, like we had to lay off everybody, and it was just a crazy time.
Now, like, bring it back to like your business. How many people are involved?
So I have me as a like head lead entertainer,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have two other DJs. I have a photographer, and then I have two MCs. So on days that I am out of town or have shows up here while I'm in Athens, well, I have some equipment here that people use.
Mm-hmm.
So they just come pick it up from wherever I last left it,
Yeah.
and go out and do their show, get back to me when things are done, and then just like that we have successful shows.
Do you like doing shows where it's like just a DJ set, or you like doing stuff with like different artists? Like, what's your like preference when you're doing like your own shows?
So in regards to like, see, I love the concert vibe, and I love the like the home production vibe.
Right.
So weddings are probably one of my most favorite shows to do, just because like this is somebody's special day. In an ideal world, you only get married once, so this is like you being handed this task of making somebody's perfect day as perfect as it can possibly be is a big task. It is very it's like an
Big
anchor.
responsibility.
Yeah, it's an anchor on your chest, and then it's like as soon as you show up, everything is the most flawless, buttery thing you could ever imagine. But taking that responsibility and doing it as your own and throwing in a couple surprises here and there are great, and especially with like the technology and equipment that we have and can supply, we can make your day even a little bit more special.
Music's big, I think, personally, with weddings.
Oh,
It's
exactly.
some greats. I've
The
been to some
number
bad
one-
ones, I've been to some good ones.
Right. The number one thing that most couples after their wedding regret not spending more money on is music.
Really?
So people spend too much money on food, too much money on catering, too much
Yeah.
money on like having a cool venue. But none of that matters if your reception sucks.
The vibes suck.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Nobody's gonna have fun if you're not playing good music. Like there's people who literally just get a speaker in Spotify, and it's
That's
like
crazy.
it's
Who
right.
does? Yeah.
So like who runs your show? A big part of weddings is not just the DJ aspect of it, but the event host part of it. Because we do MC DJ teams. So you have your MC who kind of hosts, speaks to the guests, runs the show, and you have your DJ who's in charge of playing music and all that. MCing as an MC, you're in charge of like doing your introductions, like walking down the aisle. Now you have Barry and Lucy, and you get everybody to stand up and clap, and then you kind of like signal to your DJ to like play the song, and then the song plays out the speakers, and everybody's throwing hands, clapping as they're walking down the aisle, stuff like that. And then we also provide like microphones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we mic up the groom and have whatever he says broadcasted out the speaker so everybody can hear. He's got a lav on, and then we give the priest or whoever's reading it a handheld that he just stands and reads from.
How much prep goes into that? Like for each show, do you guys like practice, or like do you guys really have like a meeting about?
You go to the
each
venue
show?
prior.
Yeah.
So we always do a venue recon.
Okay.
Whenever we get booked for a wedding, about 2-3 weeks prior to event day, we will go out and recon the venue and look for like power outlets and like where we're gonna put everything and figure out, do a quick little sound test, see like how music bounces off the walls and what we need to fix and rearrange for.
And your clients, they kind of just leave that to you. Like,
Yeah,
right?
that's part of our thing. They're
Right.
not involved in that. That's just us going to ensure everything. But the whole wedding process, in an ideal scenario, again, is at least 6 to 8 months prior.
Wow.
This wedding that I had in September was booked last August.
Holy shit.
So you
Almost
get
a year.
you get the call, you get everything figured out, and then my website is a whole streamlined thing. So as soon as you give me your call, we get a contract out to you, and then you get your own very username and login password to doublejackproductions.com, which then takes you to a client portal where you can plan your event, edit a timeline, make digital payments, and edit your different details that you're gonna need. Make song requests too. So that's a big thing.
That's big.
As a wedding client, you get 5 must plays, 10 play if possibles, and 5 do not plays. So like 5 must plays, like you have to play this at your
And then I
wedding.
leave everything else up to you.
Yeah, and then after that, like we kind of go ghost for a little while, shove it in the back of our head while we're busy doing other things, and then about 3 months prior to your event date, then we do another Zoom meeting, and we're like, "Hi, special day's coming up. How you guys feeling?" We hype them up a little bit, and then we start talking final details, figuring out like, all right, have you made any other changes? Do you guys need any more equipment? Sometimes like we'll be like, yeah, maybe I want like extra lighting and stuff like that. So we'll throw in some spotlights or wireless like uplighting around the room. That's where like you can kind of sell like your extra add-ons. One of a big seller is cold sparks. So these are like legal, non-flammable and non-hot like sparklers that you can place either like in front of your DJ booth or down the aisle. And what they do, they literally just it's like a 4th of July sparkler, but it shoots up like 6 feet in the air, and it's cold sparks. The dust that they use is like sand, and you can put your hand right over it, and like it's just like air. It's just air.
Where do you buy those from?
Usually I get all my supplies from AmericanDJ.com.
Okay.
They also like there's a whole bunch of different websites that you can use. A big factor that I use is like Sweetwater.com.
Yeah,
They're a big music website, and I get a lot of equipment from them.
Yeah.
But special effects wise, you can usually go to like Chauvet. I get all my lights from. ADJ, you can get some different like special effects from. But all that combines into one glorious show that you can sell to your customers. And then once you have like a decent sized portfolio, lots of pictures, which is why photographers are important.
You keep getting more clients from doing good weddings. They kind of refer you, right?
Exactly, and everyone once you do a great wedding for somebody, the next couple who's there, who like
word of mouth.
Exactly, who just
Beautiful.
caught that bouquet. They're like, "Honey, we're getting married next. Got to get this guy." So that's how it happens. You know, you branch off from one couple to another, and the next thing you know, you're doing the whole family.
Damn.
So it's
How many weddings have you done?
at least 50.
Wow.
Really?
I will
Wow.
say at least 50 weddings, at least 60 bar mitzvahs, and I think at least 30 school dances at this point.
Okay.
How do you decide like what you're gonna charge, and who taught you? Like, did you learn this all on your own, or did you kind of like learn that from the business you were involved in before?
So a good chunk of what I know and how I operate does come from Rock the House. Just like different like marketing strategies and like the way things flow at a Doublejack production show is similar but still different to a Rock the House show. But like I built this from the ground up.
Right.
I everything I've done and have been doing has been solo. Just recently, like my employees have been newly hired as of like 8 months ago.
Nice.
Wow.
So I got eventually just way too much business and needed to outbook. So while I'm away or like I'm doing a show, but I also have a show on that same day, then send somebody with their own equipment, go do it for me. Boom, they get their show pay rate. I get whatever the client pays. So I control payroll. I control taxes. I control booking and all this stuff. That's majority.
So you have a hand in all operations, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of the sales and like counseling is me, just because like I'm kind of like the face of the brand, so people want to chat and talk with me. And then as like we get close to their event, if I'm not the one to do it, then we will do a group like Zoom call with whoever is doing their show. So like, hi, I'm Vince, and then this right here is going to be Braden, your MC, and then this right here is Christian, your DJ. And then we all have a group Zoom so that everybody's on the same page, and then from there on out, the client has the DJ and MC's like phone number and contact information, so they can communicate anything they need show related to them.
Yeah.
While I'm kind of off in the background managing like contracts and different sales, which is nice.
Do you are you still affiliated with Rock the House or no?
Yeah, so I'm a subcontractor now, which means it's just like I'm not a direct employee. So whenever they have too many shows on one day and they need to book DJs that aren't like already affiliated with them in-house, then they'll hit up their subcontractors. There's a lot of us around.
Right.
But then they'll give me a call. They'll be like, "Hey, are you available on this date? We need you to DJ a show." We'll be like, "Yeah," and then I'll send them an invoice for how much I would like do the show.
They
for.
use you for like certain ones or certain stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So for them, it's a lot of weddings, bar mitzvahs, and school dances for them, because that's kind of like my area of expertise with them. Corporate events are still super fun to do. I love those. There's just not like a big market for those.
Really?
At the moment, like
Because of COVID. You
Yeah.
think? Yeah.
so like people
Kinda
are still
scaled
kind of
down,
people
yeah.
are still kind of like iffy about getting together like and throwing like a company holiday party. You know what I
Right,
mean?
and they need to get the fuck over it.
Yeah. So like
Gotta
one of
start
my
fucking banging it out.
yeah.
Come on.
One of my last corporate events that I did was for like the Chagrin Falls Chamber of Commerce, and they do like an annual awards ceremony for like best small business or like
That's cool.
most marketable small business. It's a really wholesome thing, and they usually have like a speaker who was from Chagrin Falls. One of the times they did it was the director of Coco, and he brought his like Grammy or not Grammy Oscar that he won for Coco. And like did a whole little speech because he's like from Chagrin Falls.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
So he came and talked to everybody about how it was like rising, getting to the point where he was, all that stuff. And then like at our last annual award show that I did, we had a magician, and I had my whole setup. I was like the MC hosting the thing, and then the magician had one of my live mics that he was using. So I'm in the back in the corner, running all of his sound, EQing his voice, making sure he sounds good and doesn't like get that feedback. While we have like our like board of directors off to the right doing whatever they need to do, preparing their speeches before they go on and talk to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That group, the Chamber of Commerce of Chagrin Falls, those are genuinely good people, and I love all of them. Just all their work they do for the small business community in Chagrin and the greater Chagrin Falls area is absolutely like I appreciate that.
That's awesome.
It's nice.
Yeah, they got a nice town down there, man. Like,
That was
it's
beautiful.
just so perfect, like picturesque. So small, it's like Mayberry down there.
Right.
Yeah,
Safe
I'm
and
doing
sound.
something for them later in May. They have like a duck like a rubber duck race fundraiser. So everybody goes and buys like a rubber duck that's numbered, and they drop it at the beginning of the Chagrin River, and then like the first duck to cross the falls is like the winner. You get like it's like a 50-50 raffle type thing. So you get half the money, the other half goes to like funding local businesses and stuff like that. And I'm in charge of like running sound for it. Which is super cool. However, I did double book myself that day. So that's at like 9-10 in the morning. And then immediately after, I had to skirt all the way over to Beechwood and set up for a prom.
Damn.
So later that day. So
Who's some like musicians or DJs you kind of like get influenced by? Is there any that's like really your main influence?
DJs that I like take after a lot of stuff that I've learned. Like again, I'm all self-taught. I haven't taken like an intro to DJ course type thing. But a lot of like mixing ideas and how I learned to be like who I am in a professional sense is a lot of it comes from like YouTube, So you can learn anything on YouTube nowadays. Big channels I watched was like DJ Carlo. He's a big he's a little Filipino DJ. Love that guy. He's super cool. Did a whole bunch of like DJ tournaments and head-to-head battles for like Red Bull and stuff. Rick Webb. He's an OU alum. Graduated I think the same year as Bobby. He's currently running Fusion Sound and Lighting out of North Carolina, and also he's one of the founders who collaborated with Bobby to like start up Rick Life Entertainment in Athens. So he's a super cool guy. DJ Barr on YouTube as well, and then James Hype, very popular DJ. Just some of his transitions are like absolutely sick, and I like to take some of those and incorporate them with my own sets.
How does it work down in Athens, like with the company's called Brick Life, right? So do you, like when you guys are doing certain parties, you have to do like the okay of the school, or like do you have to coordinate with them, or like house parties, you guys just kind of like it's off to the
house parties? It's just you make a flyer and it happens.
You don't need nothing else, like no permit, no nothing like that. Right.
So a really great thing about my personal fraternity Theta Chi, our house is the only Greek organization that is off of school grounds. It's off campus. So like other frats may get in trouble for like they can't have like any alcohol in their house anywhere,
It's like impossible.
With us it's a house,
Right.
Like we can do whatever the hell we want, which is super awesome. And then that doesn't take into account like we don't have like cops constantly swarming us because we're so like we're close to campus, but like we are technically off campus, which is nice. So there's a whole bunch of little loopholes that we get for parties and stuff like that.
I just thought it was funny that one, what's that one hall where it's like the police station's on the bottom and then people live above it? There's like a dorm where there's like the police station and then people live above it. You know what I'm talking about? I feel like wherever the police station is in Athens or like on OU.
I think there's apartment complexes above the police station.
That's
it's
crazy.
not a dorm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like we have Athens Police and in in downtown Athens where like all of our bars are. But like OUPD, they live in the middle of like an educational complex. So like that's kind of funny. Like I think it's the industrial side. So like that's where like all your welding and like steel.
I
stuff
seen that
is.
the one time I was like, what the hell?
So like you can like walk out of class, make a left, and just walk into a police station. It's just kind of funny. But like I don't know if there's classrooms above them.
Yeah.
I think it'd be pretty funny. And
I know.
like so OU if there were like classrooms above the police station, because of course like why not, you know.
You liked it down there?
Oh man, it's the, like again, one of the driving reasons why I went down there was like not just the fact that they had like a music directed program, but just like the environment.
Yeah.
Like we don't have cherry blossoms, but like we have trees that look like cherry blossoms, and holy Christ, are they beautiful. The entire environment of Athens, especially in the fall and spring, is it's just so colorful.
That is pretty.
Like the air, I don't know, like it sounds weird, but like the air just like hits different. It's like a little bit more crisp for some reason. But just the overall sensation that you get, especially with like the architecture of the buildings and how they were built like so long ago, it kind of puts you back and tells you to just like sit down and relax. The whole area of Athens is just one big comfy couch telling you to sit down and they're telling you everything's gonna be okay.
I feel like it's kind of like a bubble down there a little bit.
It is, yes, because you kind of driving in the middle of nowhere and all of a sudden you come into this little college town, and it's cool, and it feels like anything that happens outside of Athens isn't our problem. Like we live in our own environment, we live in our own community. Nothing that we do matters, and nothing that happens elsewhere affects us.
We're in our own little world.
We are. That's exactly.
I gotta go down there.
You got it.
At least
you've
once.
been to Hocking Hills or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've been down there.
Right. I've just never been like.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
like
pretty
campus.
good. It's one of the better campuses, I would say. They always got all the aerial photos of it and that. Yeah, definitely interesting.
It is
Surprised you never went.
so pretty. Come down for like one of our festivals.
Yeah.
Come down for Palmer Place. Like I'm DJing that thing. We'll throw you on stage. It'll be fun.
Sure.
Hand you a microphone.
That'd be crazy.
All my
Jumping
microphones got auto tune. You don't gotta worry about
Oh,
sound.
okay,
You're
good.
chilling.
I'm gonna need it.
Oh, yeah.
Start
I'm definitely
freestyling,
gonna
look.
need it. Fuck, man.
I'll give
That's
you.
all you. That's all you.
I'll give you a beat. You can drop some bars in front of like 2,000 kids.
Oh yeah.
What's
My
like
anxiety
your,
will go through the fucking.
what's like your like dream venue?
Whew.
Is there one that's like Madison Square Garden, something like that?
Is it bad if I just say like Coachella?
No.
Like,
That's good.
Like
big
if
ass
I can get into like if I can get to like a festival area, I think
I feel like those are like the top of the top. Like if you can do one of those.
Tens of thousands.
Like I've
of
been to
people.
like Lollapalooza in Chicago.
Mhm.
It's just crazy what those people can do. Like
Yeah,
just
definitely.
dictate and like when you see the aerial photos of like all the people like you were saying like in the waves and stuff.
Right.
Man, it's just crazy to be around.
Mhm.
It's like the atmosphere is
Music's
just totally
such a
different.
special thing, like the
Oh, yeah.
frequencies and all that. It's
Yeah.
the whole science
It's
behind
nuts. I mean, you saw Woodstock. Woodstock was packed.
it. Yeah.
And like that's something I like want to do. If I can like DJ a festival or like be like a DJ for like an artist at like Rolling Loud,
Yeah.
like that would be like super sick.
It's the festival circuit's like the big money mainly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say if you can get into like the festival world of DJing, then that's where like your notoriety
Pinnacle.
really pops up. The big aspects of like moneymakers for DJs are like festivals and like making your own music.
Right.
So a lot of DJs, like all the successful DJs have their own tracks, have their own mixes, have their own remixes. God, who did Steve Aoki did
Yeah.
Kid Cudi's Pursuit of Happiness.
That's
was,
huge.
right?
That's like almost bigger than the song.
That is
itself.
the college, like next to Heads Will Roll, that is like the college anthem. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But like once you start diving into like making your own music, that's where you really promote yourself as an entertainer and DJ, where you begin to blow up. I just made my own remix of California Dreaming by the Mamas and Papas, and
Beautiful
like
song.
that popped off on the TikTok a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's been hitting at all the bars and all the like concerts that I've
That
done.
nostalgia's hitting.
Yeah, exactly. Like I played it at Millfest, and then like once my beat drops, and then everybody's jumping, and
That's
it's like,
sweet.
and that's a great feeling to have when something that you made yourself personally gets people to act this way. It's such a feeling of pride and accomplishment that you can't ever like almost like it's like you can't
take it
imagine
away
it.
from you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's yours. You're like, I did this.
Mhm.
And that's another big part about DJing. It's you're in control. You're the one doing this. It's a lot of responsibility, but yes, it is your job to put on a show. my whole mentality of it is like everybody has bad days, and you come to like a concert or a show or a bar to try and alleviate some of that stress. So my job as a DJ for me is to at least play that one song that makes you forget about your problems for at least 3 minutes and just puts a smile on your face. If I've done that, if I see you on the dance floor smiling, having a good job, even though I know you're having a bad time, I've done my job right. It's all about making people happy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I come into it.
Who are some of like the most requested artists that you get?
God, right now, "Slut Me Out" by NLE Choppa has been on the top of my request. Yes, I kid you
My
not.
girlfriend's obsessed with that song.
Yeah, all the girls.
I've seen the video of that.
Yeah, dude.
All the girls are obsessed with that song. I like last night at
That's
my Popper show. I had that requested at least 5 times.
That's how I know I'm getting old.
For a fact.
Yeah.
That song just like.
Yeah. Down in Athens, the big songs that are like requested a lot are like "Slut Me Out," "Doses and Mimosas" is a big song that usually gets requested. Recently, I've had a lot of Katy Perry come back.
Katy Perry's making a comeback.
Is there anything you just like? Do people ever request and you're just like, I'm not fucking playing that?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
What's
you're
one of those?
No.
Oh, Cotton Eye Joe.
What the fuck?
I'm not playing
Cotton Eye
Is
Joe.
that person from the States?
I'm
It's gotta
sorry, but like I'm not playing that. And we have a very large like Brazilian like population. They don't go to school here, but they are affiliated at OU elsewhere, like I think they said they're from Argentina. So once every semester we'll have all the Argentina people come to Athens and they'll rock it out for like a week.
Oh, okay.
So when that happens, I had it happen last semester, and I think it's like about to happen soon again.
They want like the different.
It's all J Balvin and it's all Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
So from there, it kind of like people are kind of confused, but like this isn't usually what he plays.
Bad Bunny's so big too. It's crazy.
Right, exactly. Like Bad Bunny is like the Latinos like Travis Scott.
Right.
Really?
Oh,
So-
dude.
I don't really
He
listen.
stops the street wherever you go. I mean, he's like the top seller.
Bad Bunny.
Yes, dude.
Mhm.
I was shook at first too. I was like, this guy.
Yeah.
But everyone loves him. I mean, he's talented. He's
How many
different.
monthly listeners on Spotify? Who's got Spotify? I need to know.
Go look. I'm sure.
Is
it's
it more than Drake?
Millions. I don't know.
God.
It might
Take a guess. I think Drake has like 70 million.
monthly.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Over
Monthly?
under 12 mil.
I'll say.
Oh
Over.
man, I'm
I
going
bet
way
Bad
higher.
Bunny's like 25,
I'm gonna
30.
say-
Let's go 50.
I'll be the
We'll go
outlier.
big.
I'll say
We're
under.
going
What do you
big.
got?
Fuck it, it's
What do you
50. What is it?
65 million.
Oh, I was
Damn.
close. I was close. Now, how
Oh.
much does Drake have?
He's tapped into a whole other world.
Drake's
Though.
not.
You know what I mean?
Bad Bunny's like universal.
Drake's 68.
But he's got all the
He's
Spanish
close.
speakers. Like the
Who's the number
where's,
one?
Where's Weekend
It's
at?
different.
I thought Weekend was still number one.
Yeah, that's what my girl was just saying.
Weekend is 109 million.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's like what, one in every what is it, 1 in 80 people or something like that?
For listening to that,
Yeah.
dude, every.
I mean, U.S. population just hit 8 billion, right? Yeah,
What,
109.
the world population?
Yeah, world population just hit 8 billion.
8 billion?
Too many of us.
Yeah, we
Fit
got,
the herd.
we got 109 million of those people listening to The Weekend over here.
God.
So what, like outside of DJing, are you into like anything else that's like a big part of your life? You got some hobbies, or you like going kayaking and the Rockies, or
like in regards to like adventurous stuff, I'm a big like cliff jumper.
Cliff jumping?
Yeah, cliff
All right.
jumping. Like I used to do a lot of like gymnastics and like parkour and free running and shit as
That's
like a
sweet.
kid.
You're one of the parkour kids.
He's laughing
Oh,
over here.
God.
He must have some videos or something.
Oh,
But like yeah, like I'll casually pull up to Menor Headlands and do like a quick double backflip off.
You ever do it off ledges or anything?
Oh, in Nelson? Yeah, I send gainers off Nelson all the time. That shit's fun.
You ever jump there?
like once or twice. Yeah.
You got to.
You got to.
That's
Yeah,
like
dude,
the,
Dude,
that's
Nelson's
like
fun
the
as
special
shit. You
yeah.
you jump off that cliff while tripping acid and shit. Like that is a staple. That is a staple of that place.
You'd love to probably do one there, huh? A show there, if you have
Oh,
it.
if I can do a show at Nelson, that'd be sick. I get to like dig in my Tame Impala folder and shit. Like
Yeah.
that'd be fun as hell.
Do you have like a EDM bag? Like
I
you
do.
that?
Yeah. I got folders and like crates for everything.
Yeah, that's gotta be huge nowadays,
Every
right?
every existing genre that exists. Like I have a whole folder called like Club Remixes, and it's just like EDM remixes of popular songs. Like,
Oh, okay.
so anything like I have like a got like a Way Too Sexy remix that I play.
Yeah.
That's just like totally like house and EDM. that just like gets the place jumping. It's great.
I feel like house and EDM are definitely gonna take over, like as the time goes on. It seems like that's kind of how it's trending. Like hip hop's kind of, it's just kind of stale right now.
Why were we just talking about this today?
What?
Woodwork.
Like I don't listen to rap as much anymore.
I make rap, like, you know what I mean?
I just listen to like other stuff. I love Tame Impala.
Oh, it's
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
But apart from like DJing and like stuff like that, I make music too.
Right.
So like I'm a big like I make my own beats. I sell beats on like online and stuff like that. And then I try and be like as much of an artist as I can. Like I have a Spotify account that's verified.
Right.
I'm verified on Spotify, verified on Apple Music. I got 3 songs out there right now. Shooting for like an album in May or something. Like it's ready. It's just like me deciding whether or not like if I should drop it.
Yeah.
So I would like for I'm really shooting for like May 14th as like a release date for my album. There's just some like final touches and maybe like a song or 2 extra that I want to throw on it before I do drop it. But yeah, that's that.
Is that your first album? You're gonna drop?
Yeah. First official album that I've created and dropped. It will be. I'm thinking like I don't know what to call it still. I think it's probably just gonna be like a self-titled EP or something like that.
Yeah.
That's just like what everybody does for their first things. But it's looking to be like about 11, 12 tracks long, about 45 minutes ish.
That's sweet.
Just good. Just recorded over the past year. Just like anytime I've been able to hop in a studio or something, then just like that, record something, edit it later, and, keep it up.
Was music like a big part of your life when you were super young, or like your family, anything like that, like your parents, like you know what I mean, like growing up, kind of?
Yeah, like my first video game was Guitar Hero 2.
So that
Yeah.
That was a good game. What's that other one they had? It was like a Rock Band or
Rock Band.
Yeah, I used
We
to play
are
that
okay.
one a lot.
We are a Rock Band. Okay, so we were like the fun neighbors, right? I used to live literally like a couple streets over, East 290th,
Oh, okay.
Wycliffe, right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
And we would host like Rock Band parties when that was big. So like we'd have the neighbors come over and like we have like our guitars and our drum set and like
I love
somebody's on
playing the
like
drums, man.
right, and like one of the moms off wine is thinking she's like dying of summer or something like that. Like and she's singing on the microphone and singing their hearts out while like my dad's over here banging on the drums. And it's like the coolest thing to ever exist. And
Think he's Phil Collins over there.
Right, exactly. And we're jamming out. I remember getting yelled at as a kid for saying like kick ass while singing Kickstart My Heart. And I'm like it's the words. What am I gonna do?
It's on the screen.
But yeah, we were big music. I like to say like most of my like music knowledge and taste comes from like my mom.
Yeah.
It's just her playing like her like 80s and 90s stuff.
Yeah.
Like, growing up, I'm here listening to Man Eater eating a grilled cheese at each time. So that's like my parents are definitely a big contributor to that. Mom mostly like the 80s pop and like soft rock and stuff like that. And then my dad more like the grunge shit, like Snoop Dogg and like Beastie Boys and like all that and like Highly Suspect and stuff like that. That's
influence all over.
Yeah, that's all dad. And then just growing up, finding my own thing, the stuff to listen to. Like I'm a big like lyrical artist guy, so like finding people who can like do like clever wordplay and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's why like I appreciate like Eminem, Logic, and like Juice a lot because they have
the lyrics are just.
It's like
that's how I feel the same way.
Like Wayne too, like just the way they like wordplay with anything and finding like these different like relationships and like double entendres like that are absolutely like crazy.
I see Wayne get hated on so much nowadays, like about being like the GOAT and this and that. I just look back on when we listen to him. I mean, what else does he have to prove? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean he
has
did
so
it all.
many-
Like he's established. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
So
How
he's
you
your
gonna hate
go?
on Wayne?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yours too?
Talent wise, I mean.
Oh yeah, Wayne is.
Him,
Yo.
you got Eminem. I mean, everybody laughs, but like Eminem, like guys like that. I mean, you can't. There's something.
You can't deny that. You know what I mean? Like they prove themselves time and time again. There's a reason they're famous. You know.
Yeah.
Again, like real G's move in silence like lasagna. Like who thinks of that?
That'll be used like 100 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
That's how ubiquitous it
Is he gonna drop any more music?
Wayne, he just
still
dropped.
drops.
He just dropped a new Carter album, right?
Yeah, I think he did, and he was just on Annalise song, and he fucking slid. Like he still got it.
Yeah.
It just sometimes you have to have every song be a fucking hit. He's had like 8,000 songs.
Oh.
What does he have to do? I mean, when he had those tours when it was Drake versus Lil Wayne like a few years ago, those had to have been crazy. They were just going hit for hit, like all night. 2-3 hours.
I wonder what his vault looks like. How many unreleased stuff he has.
Oh, I know, right? I mean, there's like an interview online of like Wayne saying like sometimes he has to like Google his own lyrics.
Yeah,
'cause he
yeah.
doesn't know if he's said it before or something like that.
He doesn't write.
No,
No.
just all off the top.
He
That is
probably
fucking nuts.
punches in each bar or whatever.
The people that can like rap, just like freestyle, I think that's just.
That's why I
so
think Juice
crazy.
is
Yeah,
up
that's
there.
why Juice was absolutely nuts. He'd go over.
Nuts.
He'd go.
He had
he'd-
like the one
Hours.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
like full hours.
Oh, he could.
There you go.
Yeah, they
Oh
have.
my
like
God.
his studio sessions of like whatever song he was making at the time were
Yeah.
like on YouTube and they were like 30-40 minutes long.
He'd make different versions
Yeah.
of the same.
He'll
beat.
go over
He'd
the
be
same
like,
track like 3 or 4
Yeah.
times and just like pick the best parts and just like throw them all together and just like that you have like
Yeah.
boom just like that.
I just recently got like really into him. I was just like, I don't know what I was missing out on. Like at first I heard him, I was like, it's good, but it's not really my thing. But now it's like, he be hitting.
Yeah, he's got one, like his last album was Fighting Demons, right?
I believe
I think
so,
so,
yeah.
yeah.
He's got a song on that one called like Rockstar in His Prime, and like that song's like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, right? Like the original version of that's like 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, and that's what they did. Like after the fact, they had this whole long recording of whatever bars he spit that time, and then just cut it down.
And he'd be doing 2-3 full verses. Nowadays, guys will do like 8-16 hook, another
You're done.
hook, and it's over. Like he was just going. That dude was something else. Of course, he had today. All our good ones died. I swear to God,
Man.
they got taken.
How old was he when he passed?
19?
Right before.
No,
No,
he just turned 21.
there you go.
He just turned
Wow.
21.
He said he wasn't gonna make it past 27 or whatever. 27 club.
21. We ain't making it past 21. What's the
Sick.
27 club? We ain't making it past
Is that what he
21.
did?
Yeah. That's what he did. Like
That-
he turned 21 literally a couple days later. Just
Damn.
dead.
Words are so powerful, dude.
That's so sad. Yeah, I just always like found it amazing how people could just rap
Oh yeah.
and just keep going and keep going. I
That's a
can't do
whole
that shit at
skill
all.
in itself. Because then, this is the thing, there's people that they can just freestyle hours and hours, but they can never write down anything raw, and then vice versa. Like, it's weird, like, what your different kind of
Yeah.
talent is.
Yeah.
Everyone has kind of their own,
Well, they like me and my friends we like freestyle in the car sometimes. We'll throw like a beat up or something, and then all of a sudden like we're just spitting for the fun of it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
It's
Like
good
I was chilling in like one of the rooms in our frat house the other day, and like I'm like, Leslie, if I make a beat, will you freestyle? And like yeah, I will. I'm like, okay. So like 5 minutes, and I got like a quick little melody, 808
I just don't
patterns,
love
some
making
drums.
people freestyle. I'd be like, come on, man, just give me like 2-3 bars. Come on,
Yeah.
just do it.
It's so fun. It's like I just cooked up a quick little beat, and he's like
Yeah.
he's over here freestyling to it, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Yep.
It's not good, but it's like and then like
It's something.
he tells
Yeah.
tells me to go, and I'm like dissing everybody around the table. I'm like
Calling
Victor,
them out.
gonna fuck your sister, like shit like that, and like
Yeah.
it's just fun shit. It's funny as fuck.
I love it.
I drop a beat. You gonna freestyle?
No, no chance.
Come
I
on,
can't
bro.
do it. I can't do it.
Come on.
Can't do it. Jason can though.
No, that's you.
Yeah, I can. I feel it. I have stage fright. I do. Shut the fuck up, Leah. I really can't though. I really can't. I've tried. I can't do it.
Oh, boo. You got it.
I'm not like musically inclined at all. I wish I was though.
Everyone's creative in their own
You look
way.
like a guy who plays guitar. You don't play guitar?
No.
Why is it the backwards hat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like you're in Aerosmith.
That's because I just got my haircut. I had to hide it.
Let's
Yeah,
see
you
it.
know,
What are you
that's
doing
it.
hiding it? Come on.
Like that?
Yeah, it's
I
almost
It's a
entice
buzz
you.
cut.
You look like a Marine from
It's
the
probably
60s.
fucked up and all spiky.
Can you give
Uh,
it bruh?
Put me in. Drop me off somewhere. We're getting to fucking war.
Did you play football at Kirtland or? Yeah, so you got
Yeah.
some state rings.
Yeah, 3 of them.
You got one on you?
Yeah, no,
I can't have one.
No, you can't. I'm sorry.
Damn.
I got like all 4 years of my high school career. We went to states, right? Of course, my senior year had to be the one we didn't win.
Wow,
But
Oh, that's kind of.
that's
yeah.
tough. Wait, so you won the first
Oh,
3 of them?
first 3, and then we just fucking.
But at least you got a ring
That's
though.
sick.
All right,
You
right.
got a ring.
Yeah. So we got 1, 2, 3. So there's that.
What makes Kirtland such a powerhouse with football that way? Is it
Coaching.
because you guys play
Tigers
every,
are goat.
You guys play every year though together growing
Yeah,
up, right?
yeah. So like we all. I mean, we're a football town.
Right.
So we start at like elementary school. Like we have A, B, and like C team.
Oh, that's
like,
how you did it.
So like C team is like the first and second graders, and like B team is like third and fourth, and so on and whatever. I joined like B team, and the same plays that we run as kids are the same plays we run as high schoolers.
Oh, I
So
see.
it's all just practice,
Yeah.
and once you know how to run a quick pitch live, then you're running a quick pitch live,
Yeah.
professionally. which is awesome. And you work as a team. Everybody knows their jobs. You don't like move positions or anything because like once you get good at something, then you kind of stay the same. You know, like I've been a left guard and defensive end my entire life, so that's all I know. And when you get to that point, when you go through elementary and you go through your middle school and you go through high school, it's the same stuff. And once you meet Tiger Lamberti, then that kind of just puts the finishing touches on it.
Yeah.
So he micromanages you to almost a perfect tee, and just like that, you're running it. You know what I mean? And it's fun. I'm a big fashion guy too, and dripping out coaches is one of my favorite things. So I got Tiger a pair of like the Michigan Dunks. They're blue and gold, just like just like our high school. Right. So there's like photos of him like the News Herald on the sidelines wearing the shoes, and it's like yeah, it's fun. And like every time he didn't wear them to States, which sucked because we didn't win. We went that entire high school career like winning every like we were undefeated. That
might have been the juju.
We were undefeated that senior year, and he was wearing the shoes a good chunk of those games, and he didn't wear them for States. So
damn it, Tiger.
Little superstitious. But
are they tearing the field up right now?
They are. We just
got in turf.
Yeah, we're putting in turf. We got a whole.
They have to.
Whole new stadium. Whole new stadium.
That
whole new
field,
turf.
I fucking hate it. We played there.
Is it a mud pit?
No, we played like early on in the season, so it wasn't too bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2015.
I knew they were getting turf.
Yeah, they have to. 2014.
And
2015.
again, of course, it has to be after I graduate.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, they're just like. Even when we play on this, just
what's better to play on though, turf or natural, like injury wise? I heard turf's worse.
Turf
like
sucks.
People get more injuries that way. Is that
true?
You get turf burn, like little chunk of rubber in the cleats.
Yeah,
that shit sucks.
And like you hit it, it's just like not as forgiving. You know, if you like you're on natural grass, it's so much more nicer. And like especially if like it's raining or something out, like
slip.
Yeah, I love playing in that shit. You have to.
Yeah.
Turf is just like.
I heard people feel really fast when they're on turf.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's
you feel like you're flying.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I never really played on turf, like for anything.
I'm gonna have to disagree on the slippery turf thing.
Yeah.
Like I think natural grass, like you just like you lose traction so much easily. Even
in natural grass.
In natural grass, you lose traction. Like I'm like as a lineman, like I'm slipping and sliding all over there. Right. You know, like I'm shooting for the hips and I'm hitting their ankles. You know. Right. So like there's that, and then another thing with Kirtland's field is like we have a convex field. Because when we get rain, then it needs to like run off. Mm-hmm. So you're kind of like running on an angle if you're like on the sideline.
Yeah, I did. So
that kind of sucks. With turf, you have a whole water filtration system underneath, and you can
I always hated how far, like from your sideline is to like where the stands are. I hated that. Like I like when it just has some distance. Like for Northwood, like we always had the track.
It's an old field.
Yeah. I just can't stand that shit. Oh my God.
We have like our sideline begins right where that track ends, and like the track is connected to the bleachers. So you as soon as you like as soon as you cross the bleachers, then you're standing on a track. Yeah. And then just like that, you're on grass, and then there's your white, like
the
spray paint.
Yeah.
There's your lines. So just like that, like there's not much distance, but they could definitely be expanded upon. So I hope with this new stadium, because like we're getting like a whole new stadium. It's not just
it's the whole
bleachers and everything.
It's just like we get a whole
tearing it all.
Yeah,
it's not.
It was really close to the school, wasn't it? Like where the bleachers would end.
Oh yeah, I like.
Had to have been right.
It's got to be from like here to like right there.
Not even like here's the school. Here's the brick of the school,
Yeah.
And then like those doors right there is right when like the metal supports of the bleachers begin. So like you can go under the bleachers, but like that's just right where it like holds up.
So that's where you guys would practice and everything too, right?
We have the recreation fields in the back of the
like the baseball fields are.
Yeah. So we just use those fields back there, and that's where we practice.
Yeah.
Because of our field being, I'm sure they'll be practicing on the field now because it's turf.
Yeah.
But like we always used to have like a hatred for the marching band because like they would practice on the field.
I've seen
and
it,
we wouldn't practice on the field.
Right.
So we'd get all upset when we come onto the field and like the grass is all messed up because they've been stomping around on the trumpets the whole time.
Right.
So like
fuck them kids, man.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that.
When did you quit band though? You said you were in band, right?
Yeah, I was so like 6th and 7th grade you were required to do either band or choir.
Oh, okay.
And then like I was one of the idiots who, again, like I still can't make up my mind about anything to this day. So I'm like, I'll do both, and so I did both.
They let you.
Yeah. Like you were able to do that. I forgot. Like I think it was called performing arts or something like that. And that's just like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday you do band, Tuesday and Thursday you do choir.
Yeah.
but yeah, there's that, and God, I went from alto saxophone to singing like one day after the next, which was, ugh, but.
What were your practices like in the summer?
Summer was
Like how was it structured? Because I know for us, like we would start at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and just.
Did
like,
you run doubles
Yeah.
in the morning and then came
Dude,
back
those
later?
things fucking sucked.
That's how they used to be.
Yeah.
With us, we just like recently.
What year did you graduate?
I graduated 22. I'm fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh out.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm that young.
No, it's okay. You're good.
But
But yeah, I just always hated like waking up so early and then just like it just by the time you get home you eat and like shower and everything, it's like
You ain't
well,
got
fuck.
no life.
Yeah, you got no life, you're gonna like basically go to sleep and then restart it the next day.
Exactly.
Restart it. It's horrible. I hated that shit. But games were fun. I
Oh,
love playing
games were
games,
the
but
best.
like practices was just awful.
Yeah.
Just awful.
With our practices, we've shifted towards like a long like 3.5 hour practice once towards the end of the day. Like you would start at like 4 or something and you get out at like 7:30.
Yeah.
Which is like at least you gotta go home before the sun sets, you know.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But you'd get there and then you do like a warm up lap or something, and then you go through a quick like cardio circuit, like run like boxes and like, ladders and stuff, hurdles, and then you break off into your offense and defense, whatever. Like so, offensive individual was like all the linemen go here, all the specials go there, like quarterbacks, and then like receivers are here, and then after that you come back for like water, and then you do defensive individual, and then all your linemen would go there, and then your linebackers and your cornerbacks and your safeties would all separate, do whatever, and then we'd come together for like team practice head to head.
Right.
So we would have like a makeshift offense team, but we would have our like starting offense, and then our defense people would go up against them, and then we'd practice plays on whatever school we were like doing. So if we were
team.
So if we were playing like Orange that week, then our offense would be running Orange's plays, so we can get the defense like accustomed to whatever we expect them to run.
You're going into the state championship game. What's the last song you played before you go on?
Ooh, oh god, I'm trying to remember what I did last time. Yeah, as a senior going into my just like leaving the locker room, I think the last thing I played. God, what did I play? I think the last thing I played was 44 More by Logic, and that was just like quick little bars, just like get in my head and bounce, and then we come outside and like our first song that we run out to is Enter Sandman by Metallica.
Yeah, that's classic.
We come out just and we're all running, crowd's going crazy, and I'm actually the one who makes the mixtapes for the team.
Oh, nice.
So starting like my sophomore year, when like I got like deep into this like music thing, then they came to me about like making the playlist of the mixtape. I'm like, I'll do you one better than a playlist. I'll give you a mixtape. So I put together like Ray Sullivan, our weight instructor, our weight coach, training coach. He gave me like a list of songs that he wanted to play, and then I just went into my DJ program and just like mixed them all together really fluently and stuff like that. And like my tag is one of my like friends who also play football with me. His name's Brendan Brow. I use he did my producer tag, so anything I ever make, his voice is speaking. This is a Doublejack production on anything that I make. So at the beginning of the mixtape, you hear that, and everybody's like, "Oh, Vince made this thing. Let's do it."
That's cool.
Yeah. So then like Enter Sandman like slowly fades in, and then just like that, boom, and then we're off running into it, and then like immediately after Enter Sandman, like the guitar solo of Enter Sandman is replaced with Welcome to the Jungle, and like that catches people off guard, and it's just fun.
That's a good mix. So you win 3 state titles. Do a lot of people that you went to school with and that play at Curlin, did they end up playing in college or no?
Yeah, a good chunk of our players went to JCU.
JCU, yeah.
Gage Sullivan and Mason Rosser and Gage's older brother Mason.
Mm-hmm.
They're all John Carroll boys.
Nice.
So they're playing there. I think
they kind of like stuck together.
Yeah, I want to say Joseph Coleman is in like West Virginia or something.
Yeah,
he plays football somewhere else.
Did you think about playing college, or were you not like a superstar?
I don't like as when you come to a college and you want to play football, but then you get reminded that you're just going to be a walk-on.
Mm-hmm.
Then that kind of just like shoots you
They're
down
not
a little
gonna
bit.
like use you pretty much.
Yeah,
You just get like fed to the wolves. Basically.
Yeah, exactly. And then you kind of like just like the Brady Bunch,
That's how they treat you.
Yeah, nobody's gonna give a shit about you. You just kind of get.
It's like Rudy.
Yeah.
So I mean that kind of turned me off a little bit. And then again, like that's sports takes up such a significant chunk of your time, and I don't feel as if that would be a significant like portion of my life if that was incorporated into my DJ and my educational work.
Yeah, like if you're not going pro, it's like
yeah. So if I was like if you replace the DJ with sports, then yeah, I'm all for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can't simultaneously be pursuing a educational career, a entertainment career, and a sports career all at the same time. There's got to be options.
Man, wouldn't have any time.
Exactly. Like I used to be big into like photography and videography, and then I got sick of it because like there was just so much to do in that realm, and I'm like, okay, I have to go either like visual or audio. So I chose the audio route, which takes me to like you know my music stuff. Because like in all honesty, Doublejack Productions was never meant to be an entertainment company. It was meant to be a YouTube channel, and like there were a whole bunch of YouTube videos that I did with like my friends, like. We did like a funny little skit like how to wake up your neighbors, and we did like it was just us at like 12 like you know a couple friends at like 12:30 in the morning on my street. Like we set up a couple speakers and did like an outdoor concert while I was DJing and just doing stupid skits on the street. I did this whole thing where like I imitated a frat person named Chad. There was a whole YouTube video on that. That was pretty funny. That incorporated into the high school bit a little bit. Like I showed up to Halloween as Chad, and everybody referred to me as Chad that day. And
You're alpha.
Yeah, that's a funny story. So Halloween, I think it was sophomore year. I showed up in like a backwards hat, red polo, and like cargo shorts and like flip flops, and you know I'm just like, "So, dude, I'm Chad, yo," type shit like that the whole day. And like our school used to sell Mountain Dew Kickstarts, like energy drinks. So I like went to the cafe, and like I stocked like my cargo shorts with like Mountain Dew Kickstarts, and I always had something in my hand the entire time. Like I got there in the morning, and it's like 9 a.m. at this point, and I'm on like my third Kickstart already,
Jeez.
which is wild. But like everyone like people come up to me, they're like, "Hey Chad, check this out!" And it's my friends, and they've just bought the school's entire stock of Mountain Dew Kickstarts. They're like, "You gotta drink this, Chad. Chad, you gotta do it. You gotta drink it." I'm sitting here in my mind like, "Oh God, what have I gotten myself into?"
Right.
Yeah,
But like I said that.
For the clout.
Oh
Right,
yeah.
exactly. I said that, but obviously Chad said, "Yeah, let's do it." And so I'm for like the next like 15 to 20 minutes, I am there while everybody's like cheering me on. Like I'm drinking Mountain Dew Kickstarts, and then like by lunchtime, a couple hours later, I am like my legs shaking in class. I'm zooming everywhere. Exactly. And then the rec monitor like called me over while we were like in the gym or something, and she's like, "Hey Vince, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm totally fine. What's your problem? Am I okay? Are you not okay? Everything's totally fine." And then she's like, "Your pupils are very dilated. Are you okay?" I'm like, yeah, I'm chilling. She gets on her radio. She's like, "I'm sending Vince up to the office right now."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh God damn it!"
Thought this dude was off, son.
Right. So I get into our like our assistant principal's office, and like, "So I've heard you've consumed quite a few energy drinks. Is that correct?" And I'm like, "Yeah. This may or may not be true." And then he's like, "How many did you have?" I'm like, 17. 17 Mountain Dew Kickstarts, which I then looked up later. I consumed half the lethal dose of caffeine for somebody my size.
I was about to say,
Really?
some limit. He's hitting, jeez.
Yeah. So he's like, "Well, like I just wanted to make sure you're okay. You know, this is just like a safety concern. But because it is a safety concern and you're posing a health risk to yourself and others, we're calling your parents." And I'm like, great. So he dials my mom up. He's like, "Hi, Mrs. Doublejack. No, your son's not in trouble. I got Vincent here with me. Don't worry. He's okay. I just wanted to let you know that he's consumed how many? 17 Mountain Dew Kickstarts in the manner of like 20 minutes.
Jesus
He's posing a health and safety risk to himself and others. He's just a little too electric at the moment. I just want to let you know that he's okay though." And he's like, "She wants to talk to you." Like, oh God, I pick up the phone. I'm like, "Hey Mom, Vince, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you doing? You're drinking energy drinks at 9 in the morning?" I'm like, "I did it for the bet." Like it's just
Just had to do it.
right, exactly.
At 9 in the morning too.
Yeah.
So how did you feel the rest of the day?
Oh, I came home and I crashed.
Yeah,
Instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly.
How long did you sleep for?
Oh, I thank God. I came home. School ends at like 2:37. So like I got home off the bus at like 3:15. I remember immediately just walking like to my couch.
Relax.
Like I didn't even go to my bed. I walked to my couch and I woke up at like 10 p.m.
Damn.
It was a quick little
Good sleep though.
Oh yeah.
quick little.
Then you go right back
Body
to sleep
needed
after.
Oh, I didn't sleep the rest of the
I
night.
would have been.
I just fucked my sleep schedule. Not fun.
No.
No,
I couldn't do it. I'd probably sleep the whole night, all the way through.
Mm-hmm. It was equivalent to like copious amounts of Adderall.
Yeah.
It was something I never wish to do again, but that was definitely a highlight. Again, that was before COVID hit, so like my best years
Live
of
it up.
my best years of high school were like freshman sophomore year because like I actually got to experience it.
Yeah.
But then like when COVID hit, everything went digital.
So weird. Y'all got robbed, really.
We
I
did.
couldn't imagine being in school at that time.
Yeah,
Like, just your life was over. Or graduating like right then. How many people?
Yeah,
got
it was weird because like it's even weirder from my standpoint because I did a whole bunch of like college credit stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, I graduated high school with 32 credits. I did all of my college work like junior and senior year. So like I didn't even step foot into that high school senior year at all. And then junior year was all like digital online. So I had like a couple Zooms like
Right.
for college and then a couple Zooms for high school. And I was just like it was just like Discord calls with like me and my friends like while we're in class together and we're just talking we're talking while we're muted on Zoom just like what is she talking about right now? I don't understand a single thing while I'm trying to learn pre-calculus here. And
Did they care that if you were paying attention or not or anything like that?
Oh, I used to do the thing where like I record a 5-minute video of myself just sitting around,
Really?
looking, and then green screen that, and then just go off and do
Really?
like my own little thing. And then if I hear my
That's
name,
awesome.
if I hear my name like call out real quick, then the teacher gets confused as to why I just changed hoodies
Yeah.
and answers her
He's got
question.
different outfit on.
Yeah, because like it's instant. I go from like just sitting here doing this to like a completely different area. It's just like, yeah, hi, I'm here. The answer is 12, and stuff like that.
That's nuts.
It's funny, but those Discord calls, like just like I remember, like that was such a fond part of like my memory. It's just like us just all hopping on Discord and just like making fun of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like of course that's when we should start a podcast conversation came up. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was that.
Yeah, you guys really got robbed. It happened like right in the middle, right? End of your sophomore year.
Yeah. End of my sophomore year, Uzi just dropped Eternal Take,
Yeah.
and like I was in Florida on like spring break or something like that.
Mm.
Right after I did my auditions, and like we're watching the news. Like we're in Captiva Island right off Sanibel.
Okay.
And
That's sweet.
again, that was like another bubble type feeling. So like the whole world is crumbling around us, but we're here on this little island. Like
Yeah,
It's your own little world.
It
Right.
happened so fast that they're like, oh, everything's shut down.
yeah, and it was bad because like just as we were leaving, like it started to hit like where we were staying. Like we walked into like the ice cream store, and all of a sudden like all the tables were pushed to the corner, and then everything was shut off.
How weird.
All the chairs at the all the chairs at the bar by the pool were just gone, and we're just like, is this like serious?
Yeah.
What is happening? And then we fly back and we get on the road and like nobody's on the road. Nobody's
It's like a
around.
movie. Apocalyptic
Yeah,
movie.
exactly.
And Florida didn't even last that long. Anyway, yeah, fuck it. Like 2 weeks later,
Yeah.
everyone else was like
What's real?
covering in there.
Yep.
I came back to Cleveland and I'm like, where did Ground Zero happen?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out when the bomb dropped. Like, it's wild.
Yeah, that whole year is just like a blur.
Yeah. But then like I didn't even step foot back into my high school till senior year, and like the end of senior year was like
Different world.
the end of senior year was definitely like one of the better high school experiences I've ever had because like when you graduate, all those cliques don't exist anymore, and
Yeah.
everybody begins to like just talk and realize like,
Yeah.
oh hi, like we're here, you know, like we're graduating.
Don't matter.
So like you know I gotta like I'm friends with everybody, but like I got a lot more close to people that I haven't been.
How big was your graduating class?
Oh, not big at all. We had like 118 kids. Like
Wow.
we're a D5, I think D6 now at school.
Yeah.
So
Would y'all win your championships as a D5?
Yeah, we were D5 then.
Yeah. And I think I used to be like D4 even when I was in school. I thought it was
Yeah,
D4.
always.
Yeah.
So you guys would play like Orange. I'm trying to figure
Like
out.
Chagrin.
We
Chagrin
do
Falls.
them, Chagrin, Cuyahoga Falls. God, who else did we do?
Wycliffe maybe.
Yeah, Wycliffe was in our bracket. We did like Harvey, like all those guys.
Was it kind of like no competition, like until you got to the later rounds, or was it like you had to fight to get there every year?
Oh, it was. I think I don't want to be that guy, but like it was fairly easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Seems like, I mean, you
guys
guys are
would
the
roll
juggernaut.
teams.
They're the juggernaut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just roll them.
Yeah. I mean, like we had teams like walk off the field. You know,
Really?
Like that's stuff.
And you guys were so good anyways.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, you know, you guys were slouches. You
Yeah,
guys
we had one
talent.
instance where like we like hurt the coach's kid too badly, and then like the ambulance came and took him away.
Really?
And then just like that, the game was over. And they
For the
forfeited.
talent.
Yeah.
Said my kid's hurt. Guys, I got him.
Yeah, I got him. Damn, dude.
And but then like then we get like these when we try to schedule games because of that, like people don't want to play us, and they always they don't say they don't want to, they don't say like, oh, you're too good.
Mhm.
They always come up with like the, oh, they're a bunch of jerks, they insult people, when in
Yeah.
reality we're just like get better, you know.
Yeah.
Because we're I mean, the day after we win states, the day after states happens, we are back in that weight room.
Right.
That happens. Like again with, I think like the end of junior year, when we won states that year, the next day we had like 85% of our football team show up to that weight
Wow.
room, just getting at it. You know.
That's cool.
It's
That's
like,
a good culture to be a part of.
it doesn't stop,
Yeah.
and that's just the way we work. It's a mentality. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of it's mind over muscle.
Mm-hmm.
So if when you tell yourself I can beat that guy, you will,
Yeah.
and that's how we live.
Damn.
So good note to definitely end it on. We gotta wrap it up here, Logan.
All right.
Plug your socials real quick for us.
For sure. At Doublejack CLE on everything, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. Follow me. If you want a show, schedule me. Tell me where to find me.
Sure. Visit letsallbank.com. Follow Rubber Band Man. Liam, thanks for setting it up. I had to shout you out. Come on. Yeah.
Rubber Band Man.
That's legendary. Yeah, but thanks for coming on, Vince. Appreciate it, man.
Of course, thank you
Nice
for having
meeting
me,
you.
guys.
Yeah,
Really
appreciate it.
appreciate it.